is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
All right. Welcome in, everybody, to Mornings on Main Street. I'm your host today, the Intern. As we look at traffic right now on I-440, looks like it's fine. There's only one other car coming the other way. Looks good out there, folks. Here I am. There I am. Hello. Welcome in. It's good to see everybody. I am not usually your host. Joe is out running in DC. We're not sure why he's running. We'll try to figure it out and let you know. We'll keep you updated. We don't know if he's running from something or to somewhere. So we will let you know. I got to look right here. Here we go. So it's a fun show packed for you today, even though I am your host. I hope you stay with us. We have Big Joe and Greg Ruff and Greg Pogue, two Gregs and a Joe with the 615, official 615 podcast that dropped yesterday. We'll show you that exclusive footage with also Demetria Kaladinos, I believe is how you say her name. Great woman. She brought in a class from Lipscomb to watch us do the podcast at the Omni Hotel. Shout out to the Omni Hotel as well. They always provide us biscuits. It's amazing. It's the best place on earth. Also, we were going to show you, let's see what else we got in the Serato. Big Joe on the go. We're going back to doing segments. Me and Joe are going to film a bunch of them while he goes out and does silly things to the public, which I know is fun for everybody, especially me. I get to go on the other side of the park or the other side of the street and film him. So we'll take a look at that. We'll also look at Pet of the Week this week, sponsored by Hunter Briley and the Regal Realty Group. Went to a great place, Leash on Life. Also, there is a special guest that might join us, and that's later. But for now, we will take a break. Well, no, we won't take a break right now because we're only 3 minutes in. So what we're going to do is I'll go ahead and show you Greg Ruff's podcast with the official 615 podcast with Greg, and Joe. Enjoy.
Sports Talk Radio Nashville. You look at it now, it's like, wow, man, it's crazy. 2 stations dedicated all the time. Actually, 3 stations dedicated to it all the time. But back in the day, Greg, that wasn't the case, was it?
No, it really wasn't. And it really started before I got to the market. But how it was before I got to the market was it was usually somebody as a part of a morning team or afternoon team that talked sports. And the Waking Crew was one of those that had them, and Plaster was the sports guy on there sometimes. And just Larry Munson was the sports guy very early on. And that's kind of how it started before they let sports guys take over, or sports girls take over now.
Well, and it wasn't sports station, right?
No,
really the first true 24-hour sports station was the one I'm on, WNSR, and the first morning show. But it was a WLAC, had Les Jameson in the afternoon news. It was a news station, but then it would format to sports with Charlie Mack and Bob Bell and Bill King, who's on our station
Bill
now.
Stewart, June Stewart's husband,
but
was
prior to that, though, Dr. K, and there was another show, and Duncan Stewart. Take us back to the very, very start.
Well, that was Bill Stewart, as I understand it, was a part of the very first one. I think Charlie Mack was a part of that, and maybe Bob Bell was a part of that one. And that was really where it started, was back then, and it was forced in there, and they had to fight to even stay on the air a lot of times to keep the show on the air. They had to sell immediately and prove they were profitable and because there was like this big thing is like a lot of the talk stuff, and especially sports talk, sometimes was on a music station. And so when you start doing the sports talk in the middle of the afternoon or even the evening, there would be a lot of complaints about it. But where it kind of got its first start was stations doing the Vol Network or Vanderbilt or whatever pro sports, they would have those games in the evening. So they started doing sports talk on the nights that they didn't have ball games. And so that's how it really started at that point. And the people who did it, a lot of times were play-by-play people that didn't have another job. And so that's how they filled in the gap financially, was doing that.
I remember 980 AM.
WSIX. I was there when they started that. Duncan Stewart started that. They were the Vol station at that time. And that's where I got my first night doing sports talk. And Duncan Stewart said, I can't come in tonight. I want you to do the post game. And what I didn't realize that I had to answer the phone calls, run the spots, take the phone calls. And so the only way I could do it was to take the calls blindly. People would call in, I'd put them on hold, and then I had to go and deal with it. It was a train wreck.
No internet. So there's no way you could, catch up on a game across the country. You had no idea.
No, the way we did show prep back then was we'd go to the Moskovitz down on Elston Place, and they got newspapers in from all over the country, all over the world, really, and of course around the state. And so we'd go down there, and I would spend $10 buying newspapers, and then you would go through them and read them. That's how I did a high school football show, and that's how I got all the information. I'd buy Chattanooga, Knoxville, Memphis, and every little town that I could find. And that's how I found out about high school football back then, was doing that. And you'd go to the airport sometimes, you could get them there. And then the Tennessean and the Banner would print their newspaper, and you could get it at midnight. And so I'd be coming back from ball games.
The Tennessean you could get at midnight.
Not the Banner. Yeah, you're right. And so
let's differentiate there.
Yeah, sorry about that, Mr. Banner over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand for the Banner.
He mutes me, as you can see. But I would be coming back from ball games, and we would run by the newspaper down there, and we'd get it fresh off. If it was after midnight, you could go down and get it right there. And so we would find out. If you had a big win or something like that, you'd want to see how they covered it. So it was neat.
I did it when I was working at the Banner.
Right.
I was there at midnight because I didn't want a 4 o'clock call saying, hey, you got beat on a story, wake up and write the story. So I was there at midnight every night.
And it was the city edition, wasn't it? Because there was different editions.
Right. Yeah.
And then look at you now. So, all right. So
look at me now.
Those early
on
days
this show
of the AM, was it something you want to do long term, or were you thinking this is going to make it or not make it? Because at that time, there was no template in Nashville for this.
Yeah.
Zero.
Well, I was hired by Eric Marshall. WSIX was in the Channel 2 building, and there was one window in the entire building, and that was where the studio was.
Right.
And I walked in there, and Eric Marshall, I was interviewing to work on the FM, WSIX FM, which was, they had just brought Jerry House back to town. And so, or maybe that was the first time that he came into town, but I had no idea about anything about the AM station. And so but they knew I broadcast sports at Trevecca as a student. And so Eric Marshall, I walked in and it was the second interview, and he started telling me about what I needed to do and all that kind of stuff. I said, well, hold on a second, do I have a job? And I couldn't believe it was my first job in radio, paid, because I worked at Trevecca for free. And so it was great. That was my first job. And I worked overnights on the weekend. So on Sunday night, my job was to get Jerry House's show ready. So I had to pull all the music and the spots and all that kind of stuff. And then I'd watch Jerry House. So I had a great work ethic in front of me. I mean, this is the guy, most popular guy in town, won all kinds of awards, and he worked his butt off. And I was like, if he works his butt off, then I better work mine off twice. And I've done that a couple of times.
You have. You've done quite well with
and
that.
It came back.
It came back, yes. That's the problem. It always comes back. But that's how I got in. And then one day they just said, hey, you did sports. Can you run the ball game over? And I was wanting to make money any way I could. So I started producing games and stuff like that. And then I started producing talk shows. And that's how I got into it. And once I started doing talk, I just fell in love with it. I mean, it was great. I knew I loved doing broadcasting play-by-play. I loved doing music, but I had no idea about talk, and I just got thrown into it. And that one night, that was the night. It was awful. It was a nightmare, but I knew that I could do it then, and I knew that's what I wanted to do.
WSIX eventually became WTN, which started sport. Duncan Stewart, very much a part of it. In the mornings, was doing the House Foundation with Jerry House. And then his afternoon sports talk show, he was pulling that daily double. And then he brings in Plaster. And the only thing George was doing, George Plaster, was obviously our sports talk icon in the city. Was a 5 o'clock hit, the wide world of sports, according to Plaster. That was it.
That's it.
That's it.
That was it.
That's how he started at
he
5
had 15
o'clock.
sponsors. For like a minute segment.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
And it was great, but he put everything into it. And you saw early on. I want to go back. You said WSIX became WWTN. Well, WSIX AM sold and it became a religious station. And literally everybody that was on staff was gone. We were done. And about a week later, they bought WWTN and brought all of us back.
At 99.7.
99.7 FM.
Right.
And then it went into bankruptcy after that. And so
George Plaster saved it from according to him.
Yes, according to George.
He saved the Predators. He saved everybody.
I had no idea what that. All right. So my early recollection of sports talk was in 1990 and 91 was Plaster and Greg Gaines. And it was not, it was awful, to put it that way. And I think George would probably admit it, and so would Greg Gaines. It was just bad. It was an ex-NFL player on here. They didn't know anything. They just threw stuff out there. But you got to start somewhere. Yeah. And it was just really bad.
Well, it started off talk radio in sports talk radio. A lot of it was guests. Either you did a lot of guests or you did a lot of phone calls, and you would take guests and you would take phone calls with that. And it takes a skill set to take phone calls. To take blind phone calls is a skill set. It also takes a skill set to do interviews because you got to be able to talk and get somebody to talk. And sometimes they don't talk. You ask a question and they give you a 2-word answer. And so you got to be able to have that. So there was two mindsets.
Well, there's an art to asking the question.
Plaster early on was really good at asking questions. He's always been good at asking questions. He had to learn, like a lot of people, how to take the phone calls. And he ended up being very, very good at that with time.
But you look back then, and of course, Greg can attest to this. The biggest game in town was Vanderbilt.
Oh, yeah.
And so people who've been here in the last 25 years find that hard to believe. But Vanderbilt, and I'll tell you, and even Greg, he was a beat writer for the Banner covering Vanderbilt. Memorial Gym at Vanderbilt was the place to be. And then so sports talk evolved around. Tennessee was a little bit in there, but a lot of Vanderbilt, and people find that hard to believe.
Yeah. Well, you could, back in the day when it was starting, Nashville was a sports town. People used to always, the biggest question, what a great talk show question was, is Nashville a sports city? And absolutely, it always has been. Back then, you could go to Lipscomb or Belmont or Trevecca, and the gyms were packed, overflowing with the City College basketball in particular. But even our baseball games would have big crowds and things like people love sports. They just didn't have any hometown team, but you had
the sounds.
I'm sorry, sound. Right. Correct. Nashville Sounds were huge. And they were, I mentioned earlier that stations wanted to get UT or Vandy. They all
coverage may be a small investment, but it has big benefits because dental coverage and preventive oral care leads to more than a healthier smile. It leads to a healthier life overall. Delta Dental makes it easy to get the care you need. With the nation's largest network, you're more likely to find or keep a dentist you love. And with comprehensive coverage and additional discounts, you'll have benefits you love too. Make a lasting investment in your oral and overall health with coverage from Delta Dental. Visit deltadentaltn.com to learn more.
Hey, Toby. Toby knows comfort, whether day or night. Through the highs and the lows, Toby knows. You've put it off long enough. That old system is just out with the old, in with the new. We'll make it worthwhile all the way through. Derryberry is your local independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Visit DerryberryAC.com today and schedule a visit. Derryberry Heat and Air, making customers for life.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. You could get arrested. But one thing's for sure, you were wrong when you said it was no big deal.
What kind of love have you got? You should be home, but you're not.
That's what I'm talking about right there. That's a little band action for you live in the studio with Mornings on Main Street. Your intern is the host for today as we look a little bit at traffic here on I-24. Well, how about that band, though? That band live performance in studio. That is right. That is what just happened. But yeah, I-24 looks great. Shelby Avenue. Traffic's moving good. Everybody's doing great. And I hope y'all are doing great. As we continue our day without Big Joe, he's out running in DC. We're not sure why. Again, we are trying to figure out what he's running from. We'll figure it out as we go, and we'll keep you updated. Now we're going to check out. So me and Joe, we have fun on the show. Every morning we do this segment called Comic Strip Tease. And if you're a longtime fan, which I'm sure all of you are, you've seen it. And I put together a compilation of our Comic Strip Tease segments, and I wanted y'all to see it. So enjoy.
As we do every day, our acting chops. Today, we're going to do Beetle Bailey. Baby Blues comic strip. Zits. I'd never heard of this, but here we are. Barney Google playing the role of the young urban professional, that is the intern, playing the role of the grumpy old roommate is yours truly. Dennis the Menace will be the intern.
Hello.
Playing the role of Mr. Wilson will be myself. I'll be reading this part has Hannibal Lecter. Go.
I can't get this computer to do what I want.
I showed you before. Just press that key.
That girl's a genius.
That man is clueless.
Do you like putting up Christmas lights?
More than I like putting up with other things.
Yes. Oh, there's one piece of pie left.
That's mine.
Rock, paper, scissors?
No, let's settle this like men.
Wait, what?
Biggest waistline wins.
Zoe will be so disappointed if she doesn't get a baby pony face doll for Christmas.
This is crazy. Everyone's just sold out. Ah, I found one.
That's not baby pony face, that's baby eel face.
Who is designing dolls these days?
How's your Christmas tree business going, Snuffy?
Well, it's better than expected, Lukey. Turns out old Barney Gagel is a master at the upsell.
Okay, folks, let's one treat, 3 reeves, and 1 6-foot swag.
Can't anybody enjoy a cup of coffee anymore?
I'd like to return this sweater.
Why? What's the problem with that attractive sweater?
Well, I don't like the colors.
So, let me get this right. Mr. Fashion Plate isn't happy with the colors.
I like the colors fine. Not all on the same sweater at the same time.
But let me ask you this. Does the sweater fit you?
Sure, if it's okay, I guess.
You guess. So, Mr. Fashion Plate isn't even sure if the lovely sweater fits him. Honey, I thought you were going to return that hideous sweater.
So did I.
Hello, Mom. Did you tape this newspaper article on my mirror?
Yes. Did you like it?
Why don't you just text me a link?
I can never remember how to do that.
Tisk. How did your generation ever discover fire?
Cave people were not my generation.
Oh, man.
So terrible.
Hey, that was great.
Man, will you check and see, make sure our boss isn't watching this?
Right.
If you're watching Mornings on Main Street. Back after this.
Hey there. How's it going? How funny was that? How good was Joe's Hannibal Lecter? For real. The text me, I like. So funny. It cracks me up every single time. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. What we're going to do now is going to take a look at this week's Pet of the Week. We didn't get a chance to show it yesterday, but we are today. It's sponsored by Hunter Briley, Regal Realty Group. And Joe went out this week to do, there it is right there. He went out to do a segment on this week's Pet of the Week, so I want to show y'all, and here it is.
Hey guys, it's Hunter Briley. I'm back. I'm so glad to be with you guys again, and this is a big one. We are partnered with Main Street Media and Big Joe Dubin for Pet of the Week, and guess what? We're at Metro Animal Care Control, and it's all the pets. You see what I mean? All the pets. We didn't even just single out one because, guys, they're full. They have no more room in the inn. We need your help. We need your help bad, and we need it now. So please check it out. Check this video out. We need help getting these babies homes, okay? If you need anything else with real estate, we'll talk about it when I get back. Joe, take it.
All right, Sarah, it's like a recurring theme. Shelter full again. What are we doing?
I know. So Metro Animal Care and Control is full. Our kennels are filled, every single one of them. Well, almost. We have a few open, but we really need Nashville to come in, adopt some forever home pets, and more importantly, you can also foster too. So even if you're not ready for that forever dog, you can at least foster temporarily for us. We need help for sure.
We talk all the time about coming in, fostering, adopting out. And it's like every month, and there's this, but the community rallies, and you need them to rally again, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Hey, you know, it's springtime, you know, fresh start, so let's get a fresh pet in the home. We have so many great dogs, big dogs, little dogs, quieter, older dogs, some young, feisty dogs. We have pretty much everything.
The foster part of that too as well, that people are like, well, I don't have the time or commitment, but if they can foster, they can see how they like the dog, and it's kind of a, I use the word trial run, but it's kind of what it is.
No, absolutely. And we provide everything for our fosters: food, supplies, toys, shelter, crates. We provide everything. You provide the home. And what's great is that not only do the dogs get out of the shelter so we can see their personality, get notes from you on that, but it sets them up for a home in the future to be better adapted because they're used to being in a home at this point. Here at the shelter, it's loud, it's noisy, it can be overwhelming sometimes.
Another thing is no adoption fees for the rest of March?
No adoption fees. So we call it March Muttness, and all fees are waived. So you can come and pick up your furry friend, and there are no barriers whatsoever.
Well, that's a good thing for all that goes on, because some people are like, I really can't afford it right now. But again, if you're going to adopt, we make this very clear. Have the commitment, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our goal is always to have that forever friend. Of course, you know, it's sometimes different when the pet does get into your home, and maybe that connection you had might not be there, but that's okay. That's why we have our adoption counselors. That's why we do our best to make sure we find you the best pet for your life.
I don't know how you do it, Sarah. I mean, you walk through the kennel and see those sad faces.
I mean, sometimes it can be tough, especially when we see so many like we're seeing right now. But you know, it's just so rewarding to get to find them their home, see them thrive, and even be in foster homes and see them out of the shelter, being able to go to parks and go on walks and things like that.
Also, the pet pantry needs some help.
Yes, our pet pantry is in place to help the community who might be struggling right now financially and can't feed their pets. We want to keep those pets with the family, and if we can provide food, we want to do that. Right now, cat food. We are desperate for dry and wet cat food. We have plenty of dog food, but cat food is what we need right now.
And just bring it over and drop it off?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. We are open from 12 to 4 every single day, but if we're closed, you can drop it at our front door and we'll pick it up when we get in.
You're an angel.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. We're so excited to get the word out. Come and adopt some friendly friends.
All right, you see what I mean? We're absolutely full. You had all that information down there that Joe gave you. If you need to get that information again, we will post it again with this post. You can email me at that email address right there, or give me a phone call. I don't mind. I'll help. If you guys can help us, we need it right now. If you've got any room at your house, these guys are full, ladies and gentlemen. Help us out. Thanks again so much.
And I can't think of anything more important than buying and selling a new home, except for one thing, and that's finding a new home for a displaced pet here in the Middle Tennessee area.
We got Mr. Charlie out at Lucky Farms Animal Rescue, a sweet little pit bull named Luna at Mount Juliet Animal Control. Please help us find her a home. We're getting him back to on all four paws, but we need someone to take him home.
Hunter Briley, Regal Realty Group, proud sponsor of Pet of the Week. He was the first one to hop on board, 4 or 5 months ago. Let's bring in our good friend Hunter Briley from Regal Realty Group, who joins us this morning. My man, how are you, buddy?
He doesn't even know he's missing a leg. He's that sweet. I know somebody out there has a place in their home for him.
Thank you so much, Joe, for all your help and work that we're doing on this. I'm so excited to be part of Pet of the Week every single week. Love you, Big Joe. Love you bunches. See you.
Hero, man.
Thank you, band. Shout out to the live performance band we have in the house this morning on Mornings on Main Street. Intern takeover. As we look at the T-Doc SmartWay cameras, I-24 looks like there is a backup right there on Evans Bridge. We all know about that one. It's pretty stressful to try to merge over to the other exit. So we get it. We totally understand. Just make sure you let people in on traffic instead of making them wait. Welcome back in. Hello. It's the Intern, and I'm here to take over for Big Joe. He's running a half marathon in DC. Go Big Joe. That's awesome. He does these from time to time. Every so often, he'll do a half marathon. Like, he'll just come up to me and say, hey, by the way, can you host Friday's show? I have to run, 13.1 miles? Just like that. So he's doing that currently. I think he might be literally running as we speak. So what we're going to do is go through some of his segments. The most recent one we've done was with Jason Gooseby, and him and Joe went to the visitor center in Nashville right next to Bridgestone and acted as if they worked there. I had to act like it was a hidden camera, even though every single person saw me. It was just a weird thing, but it worked and it was funny. So here you go. Here's Big Joe on the job with Jason Goolsby at Nashville's downtown visitor center. Enjoy.
Hey everybody, Big Joe here with my good friend, the Gooseby. We are downtown today, and we're going to be on the job, working at the visitor center, right? So I'm going to be working there. He's going to be my assistant. This should be a lot of fun.
It's going to be fun. I can't wait to jump in and get going.
Do you know what we're going to be doing?
We're going to be acting like we're helping people at the visitor center.
You read the script.
Would you like a soundtrack If you shop, I can just follow you.
Where are you from?
Michigan.
Michigan, yeah.
Michigan.
Kid Rock's from Michigan. This is Randy's first day on the job. He's a little nervous, so
Nervous.
he'll get over it there. Yep.
So,
They're from Tampa, Florida.
yeah, Tampa.
From Florida. So asking that question.
Also known as Tampa Bay.
Tampa
Yeah.
Bay. So ask, make a Tom Brady joke.
This is a country music fan right here.
She would like for you to leave her alone. So this is Randy's first day on the job here, so kind of showing he's a little nervous.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm kind of interested.
Ask a follow-up question.
Follow-up question.
Are you single?
You guys like country music?
That's a
yeah.
That's a given. They do better with questions like that.
Would you like? I can sing a little bit.
All the time.
My God, what kind of cologne is this?
I don't know. My wife got it at Walmart.
Is it pine tar?
Okay,
What
but
state?
New York.
New York.
But I'm not the city. Yeah. We're
Oh.
like the nice part of New York.
Hey, they're what part of New York?
Like Finger Lakes, Canandaigua.
Isn't that where they film Friday the 13th?
Great store, but you were the best part.
Oh, you're so
Just so
sweet.
you know.
Renee, right?
Yes.
Renee, folks, Renee and Paul Fitzpatrick. Randy lost his last job at the Johnny Cash Museum because somebody took Mr. Cash's guitar home and didn't tell anybody, didn't we?
Yeah, maybe.
Randy, you just came on the floor at noon. You can't leave yet.
Oh, I thought this.
We don't have drinks, we don't have our phones, and we sure as heck don't have our cigarettes on the floor.
Do you know Engle is short for England?
Yeah. So you guys decided to come to Nashville for spring break?
Yeah, my parents planned the trip, so they just invited us to come with.
Where are they?
I don't know. They're off somewhere. They were at the Johnny Cash Museum.
Ooh, Johnny Cash.
Because you're mine, I walk the line.
Not on your first day. Oh, we got another part of your party here. Are you with them? No. Okay, because they request that nobody would bother them while they're shopping.
Because you're mine, I walk the line. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
See y'all later. Y'all don't come back now, you hear?
You did good. That's good. All right, now go in for the kill. Go in for the kill.
I do.
Go in for the kill. Just say, hot enough for you?
We'll be back at 1, so if they don't, we don't.
They got scammed on their tickets. This is Randy's first day on the job. He would help you if you could.
Hey.
Yeah, and I flew all the way up from Florida.
What part? Sarasota.
Sarasota.
Love the Gulf Coast.
I love soda.
Are you guys in college?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Yeah.
You know, I once spent a month, one night in Ames.
Yeah. Cool. Pretty cool town.
Iowa State. I'm a huge Spartans fan. I love Iowa State.
Love it. Go Spartans. Is who's the coach of their football? Randy Campbell?
Matt Campbell.
Matt Campbell. Campbell. What are you majoring in?
I'm a marketing major right now.
Marketing, you?
Mechanical engineering.
Oh,
Ah.
yeah. This guy got got a marketing degree at the University of Phoenix. By the way, University of Phoenix has the prettiest online campus.
Something to see. Ain't that America? Home of free. Little pink houses for you and me. You and me.
You know what I really love about Main Street is it really feels like a team. And there's this camaraderie, and I don't feel competition in an unhealthy way. There's always competition in a healthy way, But what I really love is that the only competition we have is with ourselves to be better at covering the stories.
I'm always looking for that new local place, particularly if it brings a different point of view to me, because I learn. And one of the things I don't think people understand is when you go into a restaurant, and say just for argument's sake, say it's a Guatemalan restaurant, and you're a little fearful because you don't speak the language, and you know, they love having people come and try their food. I mean, they will knock themselves out to give you the greatest meal of your life.
I've done sports, I've been a photographer, I've been an editor, I've been a producer, I've been a reporter, I've been an anchor. I mean, I've done every job you could possibly imagine this. And so sports was a way to have fun and be different. But then I realized community is where it's at, you know, and community and local and doing places and going, seeing people. And, you know, sports, you go to a stadium, everybody celebrates and they go their different ways. But community-wise, there's so much going on.
Yes, that's our house band. Shout out to that. That is a live in studio band, one-man band, I might add. And it's a house band. So let's take a look at the T-Doc cameras here as we make our way through this episode of Mornings on Main Street with the Intern Takeover. Looks like we have a little bit of an incident. Let's see. Shout out to our T-Dot workers, the move over people. They get there so fast. They make sure nobody's getting obstructed as far as the people working on to fix the scene. Shout out to them. And I hope that everybody's okay in that and that gets fixed shortly. Hello and welcome back in. As we have said, Joe is out of town right now. He's in DC running a half marathon, 13.1 miles. And no, he doesn't put the bumper sticker on his car. I've asked for it many times because he's done actually a lot of these marathons, half marathons, but he will not give it to me because I want to put it on my car, but he won't let me. So we're going to also take a look at Cooking for Dummies with a big dummy. It's a segment me and Joe go and shoot at Black Diamond Culinary. Beautiful place. It's an awesome spot to go to if you want to learn how to cook or if you want to take classes or if you just want to pop in and say hello and look at all their nice stuff. So here's the latest episode of Cooking for Dummies. Hope you enjoy.
All right, welcome back to another fantastic edition of Cooking for Dummies with the Big Dummy. Of course, I am your Big Dummy. We're here at Black Diamond Culinary with our good friend Chef Chris. We've had a lot of fun, and now we're making what this week?
We're making classic stir fry. We're going to use top sirloin beef, and we have our vegetables, red peppers, onions, and fresh broccoli. And to top it all off, we're going to use classic stir fry sauce.
Fantastic. All right, so instead of going to some restaurant around town, we're going to make this in our, if I want to make this in my house.
Make this at home. All you have to do is just make some little rice on the side, and you have a beautiful classic stir fry with rice.
All right, so we start off with?
We're going to cook our beef first. Then we're going to add our onions, our red peppers, and our broccoli.
All right, but we go beef first.
Beef first.
How much beef do we have here?
We have a pound each.
Goodness. And don't eat it raw.
Don't eat it raw. Please don't eat it raw.
Not this week. Don't
Not
do that.
this week, no.
All right, so we got a broccoli, red peppers, onions, and our beef. So first thing we do, we get it all organized and out. God, you're so neat with everything you do. My looks like it's just a disaster. All right, so we'll go meat first.
Meat first. We're going to head on over to the stove and cook our meat.
Come on. All right, we move over to the place which I don't know much about. We call it the stove.
Got the stove. And we have our wok pans, and our wok pans have higher side. This way you can stir fry your vegetables and your meat really well, and it won't splatter so much outside the pan.
Ooh, nice knowledge there. All right, what are you pouring in?
We're going to put just a little bit of olive oil to cook our meat.
Olive oil. I watched it.
Olive oil. Yes, you do. Okay, and the first thing we're going to put in is our beef.
Slide it in there?
Slide it right in there.
Slide that beef right on in.
And listen to it sizzle.
Woo!
We're just going to move it around a little bit. Get it nice and golden brown.
Oh, listen to that sizzle, sizzle.
It's talking to you.
How long we cook this for?
Just for a couple minutes till we get the meat just about cooked. If you like it a little bit more well, you can cook it a little longer. Just a couple minutes. Flip it up. Flip it around. There you go.
Ah, yeah.
There you go.
I'll get that job at Panda Express.
There you go. Once you get your meat a little bit brown,
Okay.
we're going to put our onions in.
Oh, it all goes in the same time.
We put our onions in next.
I didn't know that.
You get your onions a little bit soft. Just put those down with our meat while the meat's still cooking. We'll start getting your onions stir fried in there.
Ah, this is very cool.
It's real
Okay.
yummy. And we're still going to go ahead and put in our red peppers, and then our broccoli, we're just going to follow right behind it, because we're going to keep our vegetables a little bit on the crunchy side. But if you like them cooked a little bit more, you can keep them cooking.
Okay.
And we're going to stir fry those in.
Oh, you put the broccoli. Okay. Why don't people like broccoli?
I'm not sure why people don't like broccoli. I think President W. Bush didn't like broccoli either.
And that helped the broccoli industry.
That helped the broccoli industry. But we love broccoli because it's going to add that delicious, beautiful flavors and colors right into our beef, into our stir fry.
Because I was working in a broccoli restaurant when he did that in 1990.
Oh no, that's not good. Now, if you look, your vegetables are starting to turn a beautiful bright green with your red bell peppers and your onions and your beef. And this is how simple stir fry is. You're just going to open your jar and you're just going to pour it all over your vegetables.
Okay, look at that. Look how beautiful her plate is. And look at this disaster of mine. Says a lot about how one lives their life. Yours is so pretty, Chef Chris.
Go ahead and add your stir-fry sauce in. And you can smell the garlic and the ginger that it's inside the sauce, and the soy sauce that's in with it.
Whole thing?
Whole thing.
Yeah. Go, boys.
Yes, yes.
Mine's looking a little better now.
Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that beautiful glaze.
Mm-hmm.
Makes the vegetables taste good. The beef tastes good.
How long do we do this for? Once we add everything
and then once we add
in?
it in, get the sauce nice and warm and hot, and then we're ready to plate up.
No.
Yes, that's simple. Look at that, how gorgeous that is.
I have a lot of juice left over. Is that okay?
That's going to be beautiful and sitting on top of the rice.
Oh, okay. You think we're good?
We're good. You can turn off your burner.
Okay.
I'll turn that off for you. And we come over with our plated up on our plate.
All right. Go ahead there, Mr. Camera Guy. The rice goes on top.
Rice on top, rice on bottom, however you like to serve your plate up. You can look at the beautiful broccoli and the beef and the vegetables. It's just beautiful on your plate.
That was really quick.
It's very quick. Stir fry is fun and it's quick. We can just put these off to the side. And you have a very beautiful, fast, easy dinner. Serve it with a little side of rice if you like it on top
So
of
we
your
don't
rice.
dip the whole thing on there, do we?
Not the whole thing.
Sit that
Unless
here.
you're really hungry.
Which I usually am. Oh, thank you.
And there's some rice for you.
Put there on top.
Right on top.
Oh, that's good. Okay. The rice, is it use microwavable rice? Does it matter?
Oh no, I use cooked rice that it takes a little while to cook it up. You can use instant rice if that's a fast way to do it.
Okay.
It's whatever your time will allow.
All right, so
That's it.
that's it.
That's it.
That took, I mean, I know the prep time is everything else. I get all that. But as far as the cooking time, we're in and out, we're done.
We're done. In about 10 minutes, you have a beautiful meal, ready to sit down with your family and enjoy.
Well, no family, just me.
Just you.
Okay, that looks great then. All right, so fine. Okay, so beef stir fry, we're good to go.
We're good to go.
All right, so as we finish the segments now, we get some exciting news at Black Diamond, don't we?
We do have some exciting news.
And tell the people.
So we are offering anybody to want to come and watch us cook $10 tickets on our website at Black Diamond Culinary. Come and join us here on Mondays at 11 o'clock. Come cook and sample our cooking with Big Joe on the go.
That's fantastic. This is good here too.
This is very delicious.
Can you send it back to the most beautiful guy in America?
Sending it back to you, the most beautiful guy in America.
And it's me. Thank you, Chef Chris and Big Joe, for calling me the most beautiful man in America. And that's our house band taking us into the next break. And it'll be our final break. Celebrity birthdays. I'm going to actually get the house band involved in this, okay? The house member. So we'll be right back with Mornings on Main Street Intern Takeover.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
Yeah, how about it? All right. Look, as we look at the T-Dot Smart Way camera, looks like there's a little bit of traffic on Murphy Road, but there's no traffic in the Palatial Studios with the intern as your host today. Big Joe's out running a half marathon. Shout out to him. I just don't understand how, not how he could do it, just how anybody in general could do that. It's huge. So shout out to him. But I am taking over today, and we are still going to do celebrity birthdays. But today we are going to challenge the house band member. Let me make sure his or her microphone is up. Are you with us, house band member?
I am. I'm a him.
All right, him. Hello, him. You played so well today. Thank you for doing what you did.
Thank you.
So here we go. We're going to start with the celebrity birthdays. Here's the way the game works. You got to get it within 2 years, top or bottom of the celebrity's birthday. That is March 25th, however many years ago. Cool?
Gotcha.
All right. First one. Here we go. Actor, singer, Allie, a.k.a. Allison Michaela. And it says it's pronounced Mishalka. Oh, so I said that wrong. So hold on. Let me do that again. Allie Mishalka. How old is she?
What did she write a song or sing a song?
So that's the deal with this game. I'm not going to give you any.
All right. She sounds young. I'm going to go with 26.
Okay. Oh, well, that wasn't bad. 33.
Okay.
All right. So we have Amy Pascal. She is a movie producer.
38.
64. All right. Let's see if we know any of these. Okay. Big Sean, B.I.G. Well, actually, I don't know you, of course, because you're just a house band. But I have seen a concert of his at Atlanta Midtown, and he has that popular song that has expletives in it.
32.
Yeah, 34. Nice job, house band. I'd say I'd play a riff right now for you, but you're with me right here, so you can't. Hey, there you go. All right, so how about actor Brenda Strong?
What was she in?
It does not say, and yeah, it does not say. So
She's 42.
62, 20 off. Not bad, though. Not bad. You still got that one. You still got the one. Let's see if we know any of these people. Here we go. We know this person. Danica Patrick. Sorry.
Ooh, 33.
That she would be very flattered. 40.
Oh.
Yeah, big 4-0 today.
She looks young.
She does. She really does. And she dated Aaron Rodgers, but they don't anymore. Let's do one more. We'll do a couple more if we know any of these people here. Let's see. How are these people on here? Have you ever? Oh, here we go. Melanie Blatt. She is a singer.
She is 22.
47. All right. Sarah Jessica Parker. You got to know this.
Oh, she's got to be. She's 57.
She is 57 on the nose.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. Good job, House Fan. I'm proud of you. That was awesome. And then we'll end. We will end on someone that I assume you like. I'm not sure, obviously, because I don't know who you are. But Sir Elton John's birthday is today. How old is Sir Elton John?
Oh gosh, I should know this. Probably 72.
Oh, 75. One off. And we do not take half credits, but it's okay because you did great. Great job. Seriously. Let me get a little riff from you. Oh yeah. All right. That's the stuff right there. Well, hey guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I know that Big Joe is much better at this than I am. I'm usually the behind the scenes guy, but I appreciate you joining me today. Let's get more views than him so he'll get mad about it. I'm just kidding. Thank you for our sponsor, by the way, for Celebrity Birthdays Donaldson Cafe. Today, their special is fried salmon patties, and they're located at 54 Donaldson. We love those people. Chef there is amazing. Everybody there is great. Like I said, 54. It's located in the back by the auditorium. So you have to go there today and get their fried salmon patties, and they're delicious. Everything they do is very delicious. So that wraps up our show today. Again, thank you for joining us. Joe's running a half marathon. He's probably already done because he's super fast on his feet. And we will be back Monday, same show. I won't be the host, sadly. But please join us. And again, thank you for watching. And have a great weekend. Band, do you want to hit one more before we go? Have a good one, folks.